This is my video for the Hi-Wind 52-inch white ceiling fan. Here's the remote control buttons, and also I'm going to show the battery compartment where you can change the switch settings to agree with the switch settings on the receiver in the fan. This is so that you avoid conflicts between this fan and any other fans you may have. You see here that this remote uses those increasingly common little 12-volt batteries. Now I'm going through the fan controls on the remote. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to turn on the light. Now the light has already been set to a low level. And now I'm holding down the button to change the brightness so that the brightness goes up and then it fades back down, and it'll keep doing that indefinitely as long as you hold the button. Just release the button when it's at the brightness you want. Now I turn the light off, and then I turn it back on again just to show you that it comes back to the same brightness, and now I turn it off. Next I turn the fan to high speed, and I'll leave it set there for a few seconds until it settles in. Next I switch to the medium fan speed. Now we're going to switch to the low speed. Let that settle in for a while, and then I'm going to change the direction of the fan by pressing the reverse button on the remote. I'm pushing it now. And you see it's going to slow down, stop, and then reverse speed and come back to the low speed in the opposite direction. Now I'm switching it to the high speed, still running in reverse. And now I'm going to push the button again to reverse it at the high speed. It seems that it doesn't really matter. It takes about the same amount of time to stop it and then reverse it, regardless of which speed you're on. I'm going to turn the fan off. Now I'm showing the battery compartment. There's a better picture elsewhere for this, up earlier in the video. I'm just going to let this fan run, just come on down to a complete stop. While this is slowing down, I'm going to talk a little bit about the remote control. When I first installed this fan, I had another remote control fan in the next room. And even though it was a completely different brand and a different looking fan and a different looking remote, this remote control operated both fans, and so did the other remote control. Apparently they're set to just one setting, or one frequency or something. But fortunately you have a 4-position switch. It gives you 16 combinations that you can use that are in the remote control, and there's a matching one in the receiver for the fan, so that all you have to do is change the switch setting to a unique combination for that set, and it won't interact with anything else. The fan body is mostly metal housing, and the blades are plastic. They won't warp that way. I do have some problem getting on and off the globe, but fortunately it's not going to have to be off very often. But the fan is not Energy Star approved, and I found out that's because of the halogen light bulb that's in it. The fan itself is easily making the Energy Star qualification, but since there's a light in it, this halogen, that disqualifies it. Next, I'll be taking off the light filter, just to show you how it comes off. It twists off. It's not easy to do. I guess you won't have to be doing that very often, just to clean the bugs out or something, or maybe to replace the halogen light bulb. It's a very small bulb. I'm putting it back on, and you have to really jerk the thing to the right or left in order to make it come on or off. I noticed there was a rattle in this thing when it was this fan, when it was changing speeds, it would rattle, and so I found out that the part that's rattling is that the cover on top of the motor. If you just put a couple of little pieces of tape, maybe 3 pieces all the way around that, when it's laying on there, it won't rattle so much, or at all. That's all I have for now.